Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Here we go then, live map 1 here on Nuke. Feels like it's been a while since I've been in Nuke games. That's exciting. This is the pick of Wings Up. That's why they're on the T side. On the other side of things, Ancient is going to be map number 2, and map number 3 will be Mirage. So we're in for a Barnstormer, and looking at this pistol, I think it's safe to say the Wings Up are going towards Outer.
That's it. No smokes, though. Just going to more than happily have a little peer over and go try. This could work against them. Kaze holding from heaven for a tap. Does get flashed off the angle. Rosea could come in for support, though. Kaze will open things up. Lanta fall. There's the opener. Looking for yet another damage dealt as Rosea swings in. He's in a bit of an open spot and he'll be dropped.
Tricky situation. RAATM, look at them. They're looking everywhere. Fear of God struck into them as RAadvent is having to juggle both sides of ramp. Just going to tuck himself in and hope nobody seeks him out. But look at this. Mexican standoff stalemate as nobody wants to make the next move. Bomb is still trapped behind red. That's going to be a really tricky one to maneuver. So Wings Up need to make a decision. And it looks like main is going to be that port of call.
This is a really sort of dicey round, but they somehow managed to escape the majority. Player towards heaven. Kaze all fall. Bingo. Cracks open the A site. And now a somewhat safe plan can come through. The question of where they want to put it down. Thankfully, it is for Hot rather than for heaven. RAadvent rotates his way in. 2 versus 3. Numbers favor Wings Up. The position as well looking good for them. Couple of taps from RAadvent, but the P2K not going to make him work. Mercury still needs to get up from Vent, being held as well. The second he pops out, it should be dropped. Flying, finds his first kill, and Child King will see it off. 3 men alive. Wings Up. Fun first round.
Yeah, that retake felt like it was never going to happen. Just such bad positioning, and credit to Wings Up for not getting overzealous in that 3-on-3 and just facing. They did take their time and just kept it simple, free in towards main and traded out. So, nice stuff from them. Perfect way to start their map pick. Lots of Gillos in the mix. And, well, they're definitely the advantage side going into this round. But I've seen one of many 4 spy rounds won in this game. And Mercury, 5-7 in hand. You don't want to give this man too many jewels because he will rip your head off.
No, not at all. And to us, with the current meta of CS at the moment as well, I think the 4-spy is more important than the pistol. The pistol used to be such an important thing for setting up your economy and keeping everything ticking over. Now it's the 4-spy. You win this, you break the economy on the other side, and you have a fairly decent couple of rounds to work with. RAadvent, eagle in hand, spotting the back, but not finding the damage. Just a little bit of a warning shot. Nothing to be found so far. And a very slow approach from Wings Up, once again looking like they want to make their way outside. Yeah, have a grenade. Gas down to 75.
Where's this going to end for Wings Up? Only now is Child King thinking about Outer, but these smokes would have faded, so maximum 3 down. RAJamYoung's going to rotate to at least have some presence on this half of the map as they clear their way through. Such a static play from RAATM. It feels like if you're on the pistols, you need to get moving. You need information, and they haven't got any of that at the moment. Just so much real estate being bought up for free right now by Wings Up, and yeah, if RAATM don't get an inkling, RAJamYoung's going to be in a world of trouble in just a couple of seconds.
This is going to get dicey the second that smoke dissipates. He's looking the wrong way as well. Does he have an idea? Surely he must understand there's a possibility that they could be up close. Door open, now he knows. Back still turned, and he'll fall to the hands of LUlaN. Bomb to go down. Nade won't really be able to deny it. Fairly decent amount of damage, down to 38.
What?
And the scout is going to find a corker. Bingo will fall Kaze. That is nuts. We're still 4 versus 4 the post-spawn setup.
Keep an eye on Flying. Flying still on the lurk, coming from an upper site. But all these players, ramp is going to be the point of contention. Gas first contact. Actually, can't even take a duel. There goes Mercury. Fluid as ever, finds the frag. Low HP on LUlaN and Child King. Time is dwindling, though. They need to get on this immediately, and I think this is already over. Time is ticking way too far down. No kits in the mix. Messiah's going to try and stick it, but I don't think he has time. All the kills are found by RAATM, but they can't claim the round. It's good damage, but that's still going to be, you know, slim relief, given how close they got that round.
I mean, at the very least, they're kind of coming in towards the next, that double scout setup, Galil to work with. They can force around it.
Yeah, they should buy. They should buy right now.
Yeah.
Why not?
You may as well, right? Because you may as well also have a hard reset if things don't go to plan, which, you know, with the slightly dicey buy, that might be the case. You know, credit to them. They made that very competitive, and it really shouldn't have been. I mean, when JamYoung fell on towards the site, I'm thinking, right, round done. Easy. Barnes come down. Kaze cracks it back open. Wings up 2-0, but it's an unconvincing 2-0 right now. They'll once again buy Galil's AKs to work with. Decent amount of utility. Nick's buy. Not even fully investing. RAadvent's opting for the deagle. JamYoung, nothing.
Oh, I think we're going to miss smoke. Have to invest another there. But that kind of gives away the game. They know players have to be around red. JamYoung is towards lower. Bad news is he's got a USP and HE grenade, so he's more playing for information than anything. And it's a similar story to the last round, where RARADVent need to find this information. It was the clock that killed them last time because they just weren't in position early enough. That is a beefy nade, though. Give him credit. So good damage. And now Kaze's coming down. This is looking a lot better now for RARADVent.
Similar play. But for RARADVent, of course, as you mentioned, that damage, the age-old saying, tag him and bag him, that scout should be able to do exactly that. Door will be open. Smoke in as well. We'll give them some space, but a secondary nade from someone else might be causing a couple of problems. The scout of Kaze holding, not quite finding. Second time I'm asking Will. Bingo to drop. Bomb drop 2. This is already looking great from Kaze as he makes it yet one more. Somewhat safe plan to come through, but this site is looking vulnerable.
Flying needs to get down. Flying needs to get down right now. It's just gas. He's in the open. He's killed. 1 on 4? Are you even going to attempt this? It's a wide plant. The Zipnik's plant, some people like to call it. And look at Mosaic. Look at Mosaic. He's so ready. Flying swings out. Never had a chance in the world. And that was almost a carbon copy of the first retake. The difference was, this time they went 30 seconds earlier. They pulled it off. That wasn't even the force buy. That was just some saved guns. And that's a catastrophe for Wings Up. They've got absolutely nothing in the bank.
It is. And you know, the massive thing that is, that was the turning point, essentially, for that round going in RARADVent's favor, 1 grenade. That grenade, getting most of them down to kind of around that half HP mark, allowed for the scouts and the pistols just to be so problematic. It's really good work from RARADVent. And it's now left Wings Up in a little bit of a precarious state, with a buy for them heading into round number 4. Obviously, minimalistic. They're sticking around that 2k mark. They want to have money in towards round number 5, so it means they can't really even tempt to be forced into a buy here. So for them, just pistols once further, but I don't really expect too much success. Double deagle and for a few Glocks, this should be a very easy cleanup for the scouts.
Oh, bomb plant will be massive here. They're only on 1-9 loss bonus. So you're looking at like gas, bingo, and flying. Their buying the next is not good. They're going to have AK armor and a couple of nades, but by no means a full kit. Kaze's having a field day at the moment. He's yet to miss a shot. He's the other reason they won that previous round, is because every player that comes into his scope is immediately just killed. And he's had a pretty fun time. So, as mentioned, we shouldn't expect too much here from Wings Up. Bomb plant would be a miracle. And given how RARADVent are set up at the moment, I just don't see any scenario where that's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. Mercury for one. JamYoung spotting one out, but taking the slightly lesser approach. Going to fall away, but he's walking away with a ding. Down to 43, trying to find a kill. It's messy, and he will fall. Thankfully, Mercury's there to bail him out with 3 kills. JamYoung, unfortunate for him, had a bit of a slow start today as well. 0-4 right now, unable to really make his imprint in towards this game just yet, but thankfully, we're seeing a couple others step up. Of course, Kaze being lights out with the scoped weapons, but Mercury, 8-2, he has been flying. Really good work from him as they tie this game up 2 rounds apiece. Wings Up, it's their time to respond. Full buy coming out, and interestingly enough, an SG, a Krieg. First time in a long time I've seen one of those.
The comeback. I'll tell you what, if the overlay's correct, JamYoung has 92 ADR at the moment and no kills. That surely not. Surely he can't have actually done 90 plus damage on average every round and not find a frag. That would be a world record. There's no other way to put it. But yeah, we're getting into this one. Honestly, I'm surprised you don't see more of the org actually on the CD side, given the recent changes. Krieg, though, back in the mix. Child King playing with fire. Mosaic, you've already given away your position. They're kissing in the smoke, and he's going to die for that one.
That was like ships in the night. Neither had any idea, but gas. 2. For them, it leaves Wings Up in a very strong position. And once again, this outside control has been so instrumental for the T side of finding success. It's More a question of whether they want to finish. Gas is wrapped through in towards hell. They've got main control as well, but they've got no real insight in towards lobby, hearts, or anywhere over towards A, to be perfectly honest. Mercury tucked himself in towards alt vent. This is a really uncomfortable spot for RAadvent, but it could crumble if they just go swinging in. Child King will fall. Orp will rattle off for one more. This is falling a piece at the seams. Gas needs to step up, and he will. Kaze unable to respond as Gas makes it yet another kill. 4 in the round for him. On for the ace, and it's JamYoung with potentially 92 ADR. The try and deny, swinging in, laboured spray, nearly punished. JamYoung 36 points HP. Surely this was done.
How does he even find a fight? Oh my lord! Okay, well, we talked up Mercury and JamYoung before this game. JamYoung hasn't had the best start. That was sensational. Mercury, probably the biggest hero of this round, assassinating with a Galil tucked in the corner. And JamYoung, I find it hard to even criticize Wings Up too much. Yes, there was a millisecond between each of the peaks, but it's not like we're playing for ourselves. One player takes contact from heaven. This guy comes off the plant and peaks essentially immediately.
Wow.
You just had to hand it to him. What can you do against that?
That one tap as well towards gas and towards heaven. My God, what a shot. What a corker of a shot that is. RAadvent take a lead 3-2. And normally when I look towards the T side of Nuke, I like to say the golden number of 6. If you pick up 6 rounds in T side, you at least set yourselves up for being relatively comfortable. I still think pistols are a bit of a necessity, but a little bit better. Wings Up, it was looking like they're on that road. Not anymore. Leg spotted going down towards Seekers. Of course, they got some information, potentially. I mean, I know we've got the benefit of X-Ray. I'm assuming he can see them crossing. Yeah, he can. He knows they've wrapped their way down, so they themselves got to respond off the back of it.
Yeah, you can see the rotates here. They're loading up ramp. 2 have gone down. They definitely know that at least a couple are in the area and spotting Mercury. They're going to try and chase into decom. Problem is, there's already 3 in attendance. How do you isolate good fights? You got 1 smoke on Bingo. That's going to trickle its way out, I suspect, of decon and try and give them a little bit more space to play with. And actually, look at this. They put the brakes on. Flying's on a mighty flank. And I guess it's on him now to just find an opening and make this at least doable.
Jeez, a lot relying on the Tech 9, but he gets given a freebie. Mosey, back turn. He will fall. This might change things, or so I say. They're just swinging out on towards B. Chalking going to find one, looking for more as well. Luckily, Kaze and Mercury can step up. Bomb will go down with a 2 versus 2.
Mercury tucked in, player above him. This is such an awkward duel for both players, but Mercury's undeniable. He's undeniable. 13-3. This man is a monster in the making. Such low HP. He's going to get taken down. Advent knows exactly who this last player is. There's so much utility. Kit on the floor. Surely is at the advantage right now. Yet to put any of that down. Molly hits. Bingo has no utility to stop this. Advent's going to tap, pushing through the Molotov. It's a good effort by Bingo. But there's just too much utility to deal with. The stick comes in, and again, it's Mercury. Again, he just tucks himself in a corner, waits for the perfect timing, and springs out like a lion in the reeds. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Another multi-kill round for him. 13-3 he's on right now. I mean, he has been absolutely flying. Wings Up, they are... well, Wings looking a little bit clipped right now. Back to a full buy for them, but they're kind of stuck in this rinse and repeat cycle. It's full buy in, failure to convert, and, you know, back to kind of square one of what do we do to win a round? We can't quite see off the success. Yes, they've got money. Yes, they've got bomb plants, which gives them some stability, but it's not been comfortable at all. 4-2. Orp as well out for LAN. Could that be a saving grace as he's been slightly slower than usual after waiting to see what his Kaze's up against, and he's been pretty good.
Feels like we just need an opening pick. We just need someone to generate a little bit of magic. They've been such slow rounds from Wings Up, and where Adam, even when they've allowed some unlikely things to unfold in the afterplans, they've just been momentous. Been absolutely rock solid, so something's got to change for Wings Up. Different call this time. 4 in towards ramp. Bit of a fake towards outer. And actually, nobody's rotated just yet, so they're pretty well set up. Kaze's in the area of ramp. JamYoung's going to tuck himself in on the left-hand side. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wings Up think they've sold a fake onto outer, but they couldn't really be set up any better. Walking straight into that AWP. They've got no idea. It's an absolute meat grinder as they try and round the corner. And RARAdvent couldn't be any happier. This is perfect.
What a call. What a call from Kaze, that is. Read like a book and leaves WUgaSsS all alone. 4 kills for him, and he'll be walking in towards the next with 7 deaths. I mean, for Wings Up, it's been a pretty rough showing. The pistol was great, and you start to think, okay, maybe this side got something about them on the C side. And again, with it being their map pick, you're really hoping they do, but they are falling apart. And this is where we go back to the kind of the age-old moniker from this region about how dominant RARATM actually are. I mean, they have been able to compete with some of the best within EU and look, you know, on that same level. So when of course, when they go back towards their domestic scene, which is slightly behind in the sense of compared to EU, they're so good. And you can really see how it's playing out well for them. They'd come through. WUgaSsS will start off the round at 19 points of HP.
He's still going? This is a madman. An absolute madman. 1 bullet. And he's toast. Some weapons exchanged as they're realizing that the sacrificial lamb should be him. And again, this minuscule gap. It's hard to tell. It has to be said. On GoTV, these smokes can look a tiny bit different to in-game. So, potentially might have not spotted anybody. But given the rotates, I guess he has. 2 already set up. RAJamYoung's here. Mercury's towards the decon side. And this is going to have to be perfect when Wings Up, or they're going to walk straight into a crossfire.
1 nade, and there is 400 damage being dealt here. WUgaSsS will fall, and he allows Mercury just to clean up it. Child King, great trade. Still 2 versus 4. 1 spot towards outside and flying. Not long lived for this world. It's Child King all alone in a 1 versus 4. AK in hand and 61 points of HP. And a bit of a dream to find a 3rd round, but extremely unlikely. He fall his way back towards Secret. And they're more than happy for him to have that outside control because he knows that there's no way for him. There's no path on towards the site at all.
Good frag. Slight window. Does have the bomb. Could get a plant. Kaze's a little bit of a way off. Players dropping down the vent though, so every second he wastes here is another one for this noose to envelop the bomb side itself. Just trying to find a fight, but with 14 seconds, honestly, just dying before time might be a result of this point. Peeks his way out, Kaze's at the top, and you can see Kaze backing his way off. 4 seconds remaining, and Child King, you just need to stay put and not die. Doesn't look like he's going to get faced. And that's, I guess it's good he saved the AK, but apart from that, that round was a disaster. I mean, Mercury's on the rise, the temperature's heating up. This guy is ridiculous. I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say he might actually be my favorite player to watch. I'm not joking. This guy is ridiculous. I don't know. It's like my guilty pleasure is just watching Mercury because he's just so ridiculously good. It's just not even fair. This guy is unreal.
Yeah, and his mentality as well. Like he, in every situation, will actively look for a fight. He never backs down. And you know, there's no such thing as saving. There's no such thing as you know, playing time. Mercury is so aggressive, but because of his unbelievable mechanical prowess, he makes everything look so easy. 15-5 right now, 129 ADR. He has been smurfing at the moment. For Wings Up, of course, as we kind of said, they're back to sort of square one scenario where, yes, okay, great, they've got an AK to work with, but around it, the support is pretty minimalistic. Few deagles, bit of utility. It's going to be a rough round, and a bomb plant is a necessity if they want any sort of secure economy. Double nades coming through in towards hot. Of course, too much damage. Nades are, the door is blown up, sorry, by the nade into a single, so maybe a bit of breathing room there.
Few nades are set up. Maybe they want to pop in as soon, but they look a little bit indecisive. Bombs back on the roof of lobby at the moment as these players consider a little bit of a rummage, a ruse to try and get through ramp. But Kaze's here again. Kaze's here again. He might miss that shot, but RAJamYoung's in the area, puts the brakes on, forces them back, and again Wings Up are back at square one. This is what they've seen this whole half, is they're just struggling to get any space in a good scenario. And Mercury, this man is always in the right place at the right time, and you wouldn't bet against him again.
Second, he spots him out. They should line up. One looking for more as well. He has a pretty good idea of the player in towards Vent, and he'll see him off with ease. Was it ever in doubt? No, of course it was. Another multi-kill round, 2 for him, 17 kills. He genuinely, and you could even, this isn't even out of the question, he could genuinely get 30 before the end of the half. At the rate he's playing, where he's getting 2 to 3 kills every single round, it's not out of the question.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, he looks robotic when he's playing. He just
he does.
Just his crosshair just stays at head height. He just knows he's never gonna need to spray. He just pans across and just mows them down like a laser. Honestly, And I don't know, this game is getting a little bit concerning. The most concerning thing for Wings Up is this is your map pick. This is your map pick. We found no openings. We found no great little strategic plays. And here we're trying to force something out onto Inner. We've already lost the entry, and it's so disjointed. Thank God RAadvent's been taken down, but Mosea's on location. He's pushed in hard. Mercury, ever present, is ready to wait. And that Molotov hasn't helped the cause whatsoever. Bombs in ramp at the same time. Oh,
Okay.
this is as hectic as can be, and LAN is in an impossible situation.
I mean, the nice thing is he should be able to get a bomb plant. No issues here. Bomb will go down. Smoking towards single door. So maybe trying to sell a bit of a ruse. But where does he set himself up in a post plant? And he's just flying in towards vent. He's giving away his position. Going loud and proud to see what he can find. And the Hunter's a kill. In fact, JamYoung will fall, but he takes a dink for his measure. Down to 9 points. So just break open a bit of that door. Looking to peer through. Gonna work against him because a player upstairs and Mosey will clean up. 8 collected. RAadvent guarantee themselves a lead at the half. But the way in which they're playing 10 rounds seems like a nicety more than a necessity. They are looking brilliant so far. And these final 2 shouldn't be an issue. Was it a surprise that Mercury gets at least 2 kills? No, of course it wasn't. But he does fall for the first time in what seems like a very, very long time. 19-6. I mean, it's so easy to just continuously go back to Mercury, but this is an unbelievable performance. We are heading into the 11th round. We had 10 rounds played. He's got 19 kills.
Yeah, I think the other side of the coin is just how disjointed this is starting to look. It's starting to look really all over the place for Wings Up, and given where we're at in the playoffs, you don't want to be in that lower bracket. You can make IHC really early on, just be out. And I don't know, this is a game you had to come into hot. You're playing the best team probably in the region, in my opinion. Throw in Australia. And you make a mistake here, you're already out of it. Finally, an opening pick. I think that's the first on a gun round in this entire half, and they simply have to convert. They can't allow players like RAJamYoung and Mercury just to find Jules. Quick trade, that's good, but Mercury's ever present, and he can spring at any time.
RAadvent holding. He's got a great kind of space for him. A lot of sound cues to go off. The question is, does he want to pull the trigger himself in terms of trying to go for a hunt? Be ill-advised. Back towards outside. It's where Wings Up. It's where we've seen some success on Wings Up. It's more about where they finish. That's the problem. And RAadvent's actually wrapping through. This could be huge. And of course, he's going to make noise, get into that position towards Silo.
What did he hear? Flying? He's looking that way.
Oh, no.
Maybe he did. But he still loses his teammate. Thank God there's a trade. But information is given over. They should know players can creep down secret. There goes another player for the side of Wings Up. 2-on-2. They're seeing nothing on the upper bomb site. They should be clued in. Stick around a little bit too long, and now that bomb's going to get planted. 2-on-2 situation.
Yeah, Mercury now. Big rotate for him coming through. Molotov trying to force an engagement. Doesn't spread as much as Kaze would have hoped. Now, of course, he's got to park up and wait for that rotation to come through. Flying, tucked in towards Cubby. We saw some great work from Mercury here earlier. The question is now, how do they play this? Going in the retake, flying off, find the first. All down to Mercury. We said he loves a couple of kills, and he needs to find both here. Swinging through. Both will take contact. Look at the fight by the first. Looking for 2, but he can't quite transfer. That got way too close for comfort, but by the finest of margins, Wings Up find a third, but my God, that was close.
Oh, I don't think he even knew. He knew about the player, of course, under the catwalk on the left side. I don't think he knew about the player on the right until he swings. That's frightening. Ah, wow. Well, at least for Wings Up, finally given an opening pick and roll with it. Even so, we're down to a one-on-one. We're not banking up any cash. That was as close as it could be. And if they lose another here, they're back on the pistols. So, 1 round is nice. But if we're talking about damage limitation, if we're talking about any sort of a recovery, I need to see a heck of a lot more. And I'm still yet to be convinced by the overall strategy of this T side. What happened in the last round isn't going to happen again. RAadvent are not going to play aggressively and allow an entry.
That's something I can definitely agree with. 20 kills for Mercury, looking for more as well as he just denies a little bit of that single door control. We haven't really seen anything too overzealous on Wings Up in terms of their A hits. No kind of vent dives, no standard hot utility for a start. As they head towards outside. Like ships in the dark as well as they just go past each other. They've lost control of Garage, and that flash should at least have a bit of an inclination that it could be in for a dicey affair. He'll find one, but traded immediately. Back to the 4 versus 4 level, and the trades do benefit the T side from this position.
Kaze's posted. He's got a lot of angles to work with. Smoke is nice onto Hell. to at least isolate a few of those angles, and they're going to explode. There's a bit of a gap here. Nobody looking this way right now. Mercury's behind the silos, got a teammate. That's Advent. He's taking all of that lobby control, and finally, Mercury slips up. Perhaps that's now the opportunity. Advent still tucked in to the hot position. This is a tricky plant. There's a player in heaven. Kaze's on location. Does indeed go down, but Advent's ready and waiting. One player picked off, and now this site is totally enveloped. LAN, he's in towards main, but it's not planted for him. If these players take down Flying, get down onto the site, there is no way of stopping this one. Flying tries to reposition. Advent spotted, finds the frag, and now I don't see how this can be done. And indeed, it won't be. Advent showing up in a big way. And in a round where Mercury has probably his first slip-up of the map and they can't convert, that for me is the scariest omen of all.
Exactly. Mercury, pretty rough showing for him, swinging out 2 players right in front of him, and it's a very messy labored spray. And you're thinking, okay, you know, this is the first time we get to see what RARATM are like when they haven't got their, you know, in quotation marks, hard carry, because he has been a bit of a carry at times for Mercury. And the fact that other people can step up to the plate in exactly the same fashion, multi-kills, not even a slight problem. I think the only thing for me that is a bit of a negative over towards Wings Up, Bingo, back turned when he knows there's a guy in towards Hut and he just walks, you know, it gives away a free kill, and of course the numbers advantage. That was the biggest thing that I think through that round for Wings Up. Once they went down to a 3 versus 2, it was dead in the water there. Utah come through. Mercury once again a little bit more passive here from him in towards main, just trying to deny that presence out towards single door. No one really being too aggressive in that stance from the T-side of Wings Up. On a 6-round deficit to clamber back. These last few, they have to be found.
That was close. That's a haircut. That is, that's a cheap haircut. Mosaic loves doing this, doesn't he? He loves just sitting close to these smokes and just kind of hoping for a little bit of a whisper, a little opportunity. Someone peeks their way through. Flash again, similar stuff. Garage control comes in. But it's just so telegraphed. It's so obvious. They know what's up. Mosaic finds a good fight. He may be a little bit trapped, but he's got so much help in the form of RAJamYoung as Mosaic. Okay. Tries to jump on Unbreakable. Doesn't work out. Trade is there. So map control for Wings Up. But RARATM should know exactly what's going down. They know that loads of players are out towards outer.
RAJamYoung rotating back as well. Trying to take a little bit of fight. The fact that he's cautious of hell as well, maybe an implication to how little information they got to work with the map. RAJamYoung or step up, LAN in behind, damage on towards 2, but only 1 kill. Mercury low on HP, and RAJamYoung, that is so aggressive. Volley will come through to try and force him out of heaven, and LAN will have to drop down. 3 versus 3 on the retake. A lot of damage dealt both ways.
Flash gives away a little bit of a cue. Could be able to guess. There's 2 in towards lobby. RAJamYoung lingers in heaven. Early trade comes in. That's Mercury that goes down. He was the low HP player anyway. RAJamYoung, that was the important duel. We had to win that. And Kaze thinks better of it. Yep. He's going to save another round. Clawed out by Wings Up. A very messy affair. Wow. That was a massive piece of timing. Mercury and his teammate were just about to take lobby. It was the right reaction. They knew they'd lost out. So they knew a player could be in heaven. And 1 more second of them pushing through, and the player doesn't slip in behind and get the kills and the damage onto them. 1 more second, and I don't see a world of Wings that win that. So, I don't know. They're getting a few rounds here, man, but this is anything but convincing given it's their map pick.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I think as well, you know, RAJamYoung finds that kill on towards top hop. Different story. 3 versus 1. It's, you know, dead in the water there and then. With a 5-round deficit, Wings Up, they still do have a potential of hitting my golden number of 6, but it just feels so unlikely because even when they found success, it's either been very expensive or, on the other side, so unconvincing. As you so rightfully put it, it has been a very messy affair from kind of start to finish. And for Wings Up, it doesn't spell good signs on a map in which is meant to be their pick and a bit of a comfort pick. And also, I guess on the other side, credit to RARATM, right? They understood and realized that Dust 2 is actually a pretty strong pick for this Wings Up side. A bit of a pocket pick. Instant ban for them. Get rid of it. They want nothing to do with it. So it's worked really well. And I think this veto, in its whole, has panned out so nicely for RARATM because all 3 maps on paper are real strength picks for this RARATM side. And Wings Up to even get to map number 3 is going to take a bit of a miracle if they continue playing with how unconvincingly they have been playing.
The really scary context of this half is that Wings Up 1 pistol. It was close, but they did convert the second round, and they won a force fight. They won 1 gun round in this entire half. That is out of control. That is absolute madness. This is not enough. They need more, and even if they clamber up a few more rounds, it's the fashion. It's the display we're seeing. That's what doesn't give us confidence right now in their play on Nuke. And RAJamYoung themselves look so comfortable. So many situations, they're just finding a kill. They're dipping away. They're being proactive. They're getting aggressive. Mosaic has been everywhere on Outer. He's been such a nuisance. And then you've got players like Mercury that are always in towards inner, always on the rotate, always can make magic happen from the right positions. And yet again, we get into another round where it's deflating. Wings Up lose a player. They've given away information. And they need a moment of brilliance to get this back.
An individual needs to step up. Mosaic spots the pixel, finds the head, makes a double as well as Bingo will drop. Landing for the trade, but it seems too little too late. Trying to make the way out on towards B. Bomb should be able to go down, or so I say. A lot of damage. Lands somehow by the skin of his teeth, and a walk away with a kill as well. This potentially opens things up, so I say. Mercury, other ideas. And he'll see off the last. 3 remaining alive. A 10th on the board for RAadvent. Double digits at the halfway mark at this sort of stage on their opponent's map pick. It's a bit of a statement, bit of a dominant display. And for Wings Up, it's nice that they got a bomb plant, but heading into the final round, the money is a little bit all over the place. Bingo's not got a lot of cash. Flying's not looking too rich either. So it's AKs for a few, and then a UMP and a Tech 9. It is not great at all. For Wings Up, there's a real opportunity in a real world in which this can get 11-4 at the halfway mark, and coming back from that sort of deficit, it seems so unlikely.
I guess when we look at the individuals as well for Wings Up, it was WUgaSsS, it was Child King. These were the big names. Yeah, and they took some big results. Back at Melbourne, and they've just been a non-factor in this game. Not necessarily their fault, but these rounds they're calling into just not allowing opportunities. Mercury, yet again, is in the right position. I'm honestly flabbergasted he didn't find more frags, but this round is still crumbling. It's just flying left alone. 1-on-3. Players coming through the flames. Okay. 1-on-3. Is this really going to happen? Indeed it is. What? An end to the half. And my God, did Wings Up need that one. They found a sliver of an opportunity. And maybe, just maybe, they have an opportunity to bring this back going into the second half.
Oh, who knows? I mean, 10-5 still seems not impossible, but improbable. We'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to throw this one to a break when we are back. Second half underway.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Second half, 5 rounds, all that's in the hands of Wings Up. And there's one man they need to thank. The man that pulled off a 1-on-3 to at least get us into a position where we're in the realms of possibility going into the second half. But even so, Wings Up have been winning the unlikely rounds. They've been winning the 50-50s. They won the pistol. RAJamYoung have been monsters on the gun rounds. And needless to say, I think Wings Up have to win this pistol. And thank God WUgaSsS has got them off to a good start. Because they need to get rolling thick and fast on this CT side.
Oh, Mosaic tagged as well. That's not exactly a good Wait, hang on. Wait, was that Vent? No. How was Mosey being knifed? What?
Okay. It must have been.
It must be Ben, right? He was sitting in Ven and he dropped down and he knifed him from below. Who knows? RAadvent going to crack open ramp as well with flying, falling, and he's doubling back for seconds. Maybe even a third on the board as well, looking for damage. We'll find it, not quite the kill, and he's just about getting out of dodge, and he is being chased like a pack of wolves on his behind. Bingo. All forward, ChildKing to trade 2 versus 2. This is chaotic to say the least, and WUlaN is in for a flanking towards heaven. How has he even got here? Wings Up, should get a freebie. Oh my God, WUlaN, no! ChildKing will fall as well. What have I just watched?
Oh, well, if the first half was the half of Mercury, maybe RAJamYoung's about to show up. I'm speechless. That's game over. That's honestly game over. What's just happened? Wings Up. God. Wings Up. I don't know. I don't know. Even Nico finds that one funny. That's ridiculous.
I don't even know what happened. That was something. I'm so. Where did the knife? It must have been Ben, right? The knife.
The whole round is just madness, just absolute carnage. And well, they're not actually going to force it. No, well, Flying's forced. He hasn't got the memo, but everyone else is saving. So, wow, at least you've got a round to calm down after that one. There shouldn't be anything too eventful here.
Oh, yeah, take a bit of a moment to breathe. Just USPS's 1 Deagle, 1 P250. It shouldn't be too hard to mop up. One player spotted crossing. Will that be an issue? Mosaic playing right, he's left. There's only damage for WUlaN. Mosaic down to 7 points, but he opens up that B side. His pistol should be made pretty light work off for the rest here. Bingo will find himself one towards RAadvent, so potentially they can make it a little bit expensive. RAJamYoung, other ideas. Lovely double for him. Leaves it all down to one man. WUgaSsS, 66 points of HP. Maybe an upgrade to a Deagle. He will find that, but yeah, I mean, what's he really going to do from here? Maybe one on consolation kill, but it'd be nothing more than that.
Getting an opportunity. Still peeking. Murdy goes down in the end. 4 alive for RARADM. And this is another big difference between these halves. RARADM are not slipping up against pistols. They're not allowing loads of frags. And they keep 4 alive. They've got money in the bank. They're sitting pretty. And we're looking at Wings Up and saying, we need something spectacular. I need to see WUgaSsS and ChildKing be the best players on the server from now on to the end of this half if there's going to be an opportunity. I need to see WUlaN having that dynamic play we saw back at Melbourne. I need to see something, because right now, it's been, honestly, it sounds harsh, more RARADM mistakes giving them rounds than, incredible, plays from the Wings Up.
Oh my God, both full blind there. RAJamYoung would just about come to his senses before WUgaSsS as he falls, and what a swing. WUlaN, the good night sunshine. He'll drop to a beauty of a swing. He highlighted him, Alan, and he steps up to the plate, and so will ChildKing as he drops another important fragger. RAJamYoung out means that there is potential. Bingo, flying. ChildKing at 25 points of HP. Needs something special. And they're starting to find a bit of a lifeline in this round for potentially a 6th on the board.
They were going to save. 100% going to save. And they get this kill and they say, all right, guys, let's go in for this one. They've already lost a good 15 seconds on that plant. RAadvent is crazy. What was that? He's right in the open. Kaze, is that a collateral? What's just happened? Kaze's killed everybody and the round is over.
Oh my gosh, what a round once again. Chaotic, but some beautiful CS. Well, some fun CS at the very least. chaos once again. Like you said, right, Wings Up, they were going to save, right? They were a 4 versus 3, nothing looking good for them. Then they get a kill towards outside, and the call comes from Bingo. Let's go for it. Let's give it a go. I think probably an advised call, especially considering that ChildKing only had 25 points of HP to work with. And yes, they had rifles, but I think those rifles would have been a little bit better into round number 19, alongside a somewhat forced buy than what they've got now, which is just pistols and more or less a bit of a cannon fodder round for what should be RAadvent 14.
There are two here. There are two here, and they're not going to clear the corner initially. No. ChildKing assassinates. There's still another player to be dealt with as they swing in from behind, and suddenly a round that, at least in terms of the investment, in terms of the buy, looked absolutely nailed fast. It's going the other way. It's the scalps that have been nailed against the wall. RAJamYoung left alone. Look at this. One player double doors, one player deep, and he's not even looking in those directions, and wow. RAadvent throw caution to the wayside. They rush ramp, lose a lot of frags, when we know they're quite a calm and composed team. A little bit out of character, and Wings Up get another morsel of an opportunity to claw this back.
Yeah, and this goes back to what you were saying about for Wings Up. A lot of the rounds, or pretty much all of the rounds they found, have been RAadvent mistakes, and that is another mistake. The decision made there by Kaze, right, let's change the tempo. We know they're on a low buy, and to fly towards Ram, it gives away too many fights in favor of the pistols. It's a very kind of rough call, and as you rightfully mentioned, uncharacteristic, and it's cost them RAadvent. It's given a bit of a lifeline in some sense to Wings Up. There's not a lot of work to be done. RAadvent for them, somewhat of a full buy, or double AK, and 2 pistols to work with as Kaze jump peek in the corner looking for some info. He knows it's definitely one towards outside because they've killed him multiple times. It's just a question of where he is and swinging forward. He could get a bit of space.
Rose is working. LAN has dropped. The side's actually better of it, so decent read from Wings Up to recognize that there's not a lot of presence on the lower half of the map. Flying's going to block ramp. At least we'll buy a little bit of time. How does Kaze get that frag? ChildKing just totally unaware. Shows himself from main. A man deficit. And Wings Up really don't have a lot of information. They know a player's down secret. They're scared to ride to that area. And they've got to leave somewhere open. And that place is ramp. And all this real estate is now in the RAadvent books.
Oh, that's where to get to. That's rough. Flying. We'll find a straight towards Advent. So much more that needs to be done, though, as he's dancing around the pillar on backside. Trying to right-side to fight in and about the smoke. He knows the bomb's dropped, but he needs to reload this. He's getting really dicey. 25 seconds to work with. RAadvent, they still have to pull the trigger. They double back all day.
Yeah, they got A.
And they'll be caught in transition. RAJamYoung will fall 3 versus 3. It is doable for Wings Up somehow.
It's a little bit all over the place, but I love the mid-round call. The recognition that all the players would have gone lower after seeing the bomb. Smoke onto main. Allow a little bit of time for repositioning. As Mercury, steadfast, locks himself into heaven. He is definitely the most important player right now. Bomb is planted for him. And these Wings Up guys, they're taking so much time. They're taking so much time. They're trying to be methodical. But it could be their undoing. Mercury, dancing from heaven. This guy, as mentioned earlier, he's just a Dalek. He just floats around, stays at head height, and just assassinates. He's a cartoon character. This guy's ridiculous.
Land for him. It's a save call. Mercury, yes, he'll fall, but 27 kills. Oh, you just can't in any way speak bad or speak ill of his name. Mercury has been fantastic and so consistently fantastic as well. The mid-round call worked really well towards that round. Bomb was spotted, as you rightfully said, right? When they all double down towards lower, they know the A side's going to be wide open. It's a great rotation. Only 25 seconds to work with, but it worked wonderfully. 14-6. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is Wings Up map pick. Ancient Nexus, RAadvent, and we know how good they can be on it. This is looking really dicey. Not in terms of just a map, the entire series on itself. This could be a very one-sided affair, and potentially a quick series in what we thought might have been the most competitive, even game.
Brad, I'm going to be loving this. Absolutely loving it. Has to be said, LAN has been proactive. He just hasn't found a good fight. Yeah. Spent all of last round aggressive into Squeaky and just didn't see anybody. And then was forced into, of course, a pretty crazy scenario as everyone was playing Ringer Rosie. This time, he's aggressive on ramp. He's getting no jewels. LAN is trying to find opportunities. He just seems to be consistent in the wrong place at the wrong time. Be it misfortune or a little bit of a misread. He just hasn't been activated yet on the CT side. And he's one of those pillars that we look to in saying, if your AWPer isn't finding openings and getting opportunities on the CD side of a map like Nuke, it's not going to be a lot of fun.
Agreed. Very proactive here, though. Running towards lobby, and it could be able to potentially isolate a fight and drop the bomb as well. Important information gained on an opening kill for the CT side with the numbers in their favor. Now how do they play things? Smoke will come through, and potentially for RAadvent, this could be him doubling down towards Vent, and it will. He'll make the drop. Crossing through, and he can meet up with the rest as well. One player on towards site, but he's got to be cautious of double doors. Got to be cautious of Radio. Flying or step up. JamYoung to fall. RAadvent following in exactly the same suit, and this has been a massacre. A clean up towards the B side with Mosaic all alone. It's a flawless round for Wings Up. Alan, I think that might be the first convincing round that Wings Up have deservedly won.
Yeah. Off the back of LAN. I brought him up because it was almost perplexing that he was being so proactive and not finding a good fight. And finally, he kind of just takes matters into his own hands and said, if you're not going to come to me, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep pressing the issue. We have to, we just can't just allow these rounds to go late rounders, lose these afterplants time and time again. And finally, it pays off. So good round from LAN. We want to see even more of that. We want to see him everywhere. RAADam this time will be prepared for some ramp aggression, so he's got to look elsewhere for an opportunity. And they need to come thick and fast if they're going to claw this back. RAADam, actually, they're going to force up. They don't have a lot of money in the bank, and they say, with our loss bonus, we're not going to save. We're going to try and force it out on ramp. Tech9's in the mix. P250 also, a couple Galils. And if they don't find an entry, this could be a really rough time. No. But there it is. JamYoung, first frag. Nobody on the B-bomb site. Wow, not like this, Wings Up. You can't lose to this buy.
No way. I don't know. Tech9 cracking things open. Flash as well, deny a little bit of that presence. This is already looking very uncomfortable. For Wings Up, they're smoked out. No way back in. All that util for no good right now is Mercury taking face. This is so aggressive and could work in his favor. He'll tuck himself in towards that close corner. Crossfire, set up with JamYoung. He's Tech9 to this sort of range can find problems. Mercury makes it 2. Looking for more as well. And is it any other plan? Mercury makes it 3. Kaze will see it off. Only 1 casualty. And the dicey force buy has somehow walked away with not only a round, but such an important one. Map point on their opponent's map pick for RAADvent.
Wow, I wouldn't like to be in Wings Up TeamSpeak right now because they finally start to stabilize and then immediately lose to a force buy. And it's Mercury, of course. Mercury just absolutely sprinting on a Tech9. This guy is ridiculous. 30 frags now. Oh, it's just out of control. Wings Up have just never been in this map. They've never been. They've won some rounds, sure, but at no point has RAADam felt pressured. At no point has this looked close. At no point has anyone but Mercury looked like they're owning this server, apart from maybe Kaze and of course their teammates. So Wings Up again. They find another opening. Again, it's immediately traded. Good kill from Child King, but I'm yet to be converted into their camp. I'm still all in on RAADam right now.
I'm with you. Child King trying to take face. I've had other ideas. Thankfully, Flying was able to bail out from heaven. Looking for more as well. It's a bit of an overextension. Nearly costly. 2 versus 3. Kaze, RAadvent, who's been a little bit on the quiet side in towards this map as a whole, now needs to step up to the play about the big hitters on the table. JamYoung, who's been brilliant towards the T side. Gone doors. Mercury, limited to no kills in towards this round. No impact for the first time in a long time. How do these two salvage the situation and see this one off in their favor? 15-7. 1 round's all they need.
Somehow I've slipped the net a little bit. Problem is they can't, of course, get out without making a noise cue. There it is. LAN just bides his time. Door's already gone. And there goes RAadvent. LAN? Wouldn't you expect the other player to be near the other? Just whatever. We'll take that. It's a round win. We'll take that. Okay, all right. They've broken the money. They have broken the money. It's going to be another force buy. And, yeah, I mean, what world would Wings Up lose a force buy? This round's going to be easy.
Exactly. We haven't seen Wings Up lose a force buy, have we? No. 3 rounds ago. So you do already get a little bit on the more cautious side. RAADvent, pause to come through. What's the decision for them as well? The money, as you mentioned, a little bit all over the place, but there's a world in which they can actually just fully go for a buy here and reset, and they are. Kaze is going to glass cannon orb in towards what potentially could be the final round of the half, and that would, I assume it will prompt the buy around. If he's looking around for the support in terms of a buy, I'm assuming we'll see Galil, maybe some, well, maybe even Tech9s, right? They were so successful in towards just that force buy a few rounds ago. A lot of reliance on Carl to find success here with an AWP, no armor, and no utility either.
Okay, we are getting a force buy. This is... It looked like... I mean, Kaze is the in-game leader. He has the right to, but he kind of just bought and then looked at everybody else like, yeah, we're buying, right? And everyone else is like, maybe we shouldn't. And he's just looking at his AWP in his hands thinking, it's too late. We're going to buy that. So they've got to invest into this one. Yeah, but without the armor, he's playing a pretty risky game. One bullet, he's fully tagged up. He can't really move. Any nade damage is ruinous. So yeah, all eyes on Kaze. I need to see this investment justified. It could have been a couple of rifles.
How do they make this work? How do they play around Kaze's extremely heavy investment? He'll go towards, way on towards top red. Elevated angle. This could work in towards credit card as he just peers his way around that corner, hoping for an overextension. Won't be given too much just yet. If he looks up, he can drop lower. And Gas will spot him out. Easy one tap.
Surprised Gas is still peeking. He knows an AWP is there. Needs to be very, very careful. And he can just bide his time. You don't really need to do anything. Look at that smoke timing. That's a tilter. If you're on the other side, they were just about to spring out and try and gain some space. And instead it's RAJamYoung on that retrieved AWP that's actually being a bit of a point man. Making his way towards Secret and Child King. Seems to be kind of aware a player could be here. And this is such a matter of timing as that indeed that squeaky fight comes in. 2-for-1 trade. It's just RAJamYoung and Mosaic remaining, and this timing is not with RAJamYoung. It's not with RAJamYoung, not live. Look at that. I respect it. I respect it. Why not at this point?
Extra cash and an AWP. I mean, that is a dream round, I guess, for him individually, for Child King. Bit of a confidence booster. And hey, to be fair, Wings Up was starting to make a little bit of a conversation towards their CT side. I mean, yeah, that round never really had any legs towards it. Mosaic, that one kill, it meant absolutely nothing. Zero impact. I think the decision to buy for me was perplexing as it comes. I mean, Glass, Cannon, AWP, one tap was all that was needed. Now, of course, RAadvent back to a full reset. Lost bonus is building up for them, which means they will have money in towards the next. But a bomb plant would be nice. Potentially would allow them to wield their way in towards an AWP just about and towards the next one. We'll have to wait and see. Nade will come through. Advent down to 46. And RAJamYoung, similar fate for him. He takes a hefty HE to the face.
Whew. We could do with a plan, actually. Their loss bonus isn't amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we should be paying attention. That's illegal. I'm not sure we can show that on Twitch. That's just unfair.
Oh my god, what a shot that was. And an AWP scooped up as well. This round has got a completely different legs behind it. So I say, flying in behind, drops Advent. Mercury got spacing towards heaven with just a Glock. What impact is he going to have?
Feels like we need to get this AWP onto a player with a bit more health as well. That'd be nice. It's RAJamYoung. He's just posted up towards main, I think, at the moment. As Gas have isolated a fight. Mosaic trades. Every time this is whittled down, it becomes more and more RAAdam-sided. That's an important kill, just to at least to stabilize a tad. But in doing so, they've given up the A-bomb site. This is getting scary. If this bomb gets down, suddenly there's a lot of jeopardy in the mix.
Bomb will go down. I mean, we said coming towards this round, if they find a bomb plant, that'll really give them a little bit of kind of confidence, comfortability towards the next, because the lost bonus isn't exactly built up just yet. There's still a world in which they can make this work. Or back turn, had a good idea. Always double guess himself for RAJamYoung. He's looking everywhere but the right place. He's all alone now. 1 versus 3, spotted out as well. They know exactly where he is towards main. He's hightailing it. Keep that AWP in play. Doesn't want anything to do with it. A bomb plant, 2 kills, and an AWP is really not too bad in the grand scheme of things. Yes, his wings are up to 10. RAadvent, it'll give them a lot to work with in towards the next one, especially when they wouldn't be able to buy an AWP in full armor. So Kaze can wield the big green and AKs around it. This is a really good opportunity for RAadvent to see off their opponent's map pick.
I'm actually kind of devastated that he didn't go for the wall bang on the diffuser.
True.
Because, you know, why not? Just try and...
Give it a pop shot.
Give it a go. Give the fans what they want. This is entertainment. I want gladiator fights. This has been a gladiator fight. And that would have been... That would have been the most legendary... That would have been movie, Michael Bay stuff. Think about how the first half ended. That would have been even better. Even better. But I'm left down in the dirt and dejected like normal, so... We'll have to just get back to the Counter-Strike. 5 on 5. That's how we play this one. Smokes being heaped onto the ground. These are the Na'Vi smokes as they popularized. And Mercury's hanging about. Mercury is the entry player for this team. And do you know why he's the entry player? Because he's good at shooting the other team in the head. And that's what I look forward to seeing now.
Got a good position. Flying as well, playing quite aggro behind that smoke.
I remember the last time they took this fight. And it didn't go well for LAN.
I feel worried for him. This is a tight angle he's holding as well. He's holding as far to the right as he possibly can. No room for error at all. This could really work against them.
Ooh. Big kill. Big kill when he actually gets away. Trade as well. Gas is there ready and waiting, and Mercury can't activate. Looks like there's a smoke down in secret. Mazea does collect one for himself, so maybe still a chance as they look to reposition towards the A-bomb site. Bingo. It's Bingo and Child King. Oh, no. Oh, no. It can't crumble in this sort of fashion. Child King is between a rock and a hard place. They're actually not going to chase and go for the fight as Child King finds a gap to come out for the kill. RAJamYoung, 1-on-2, gets the first. He has no idea by the looks of it where Fly is. Surely this is nailed on. But my God, did that go close. That is... Oh, we need a heart rate one on Wings Up because that must be tense behind the scenes.
That's a cracking effort, to be fair, to Kaze. He's given that a really good shot. And the only thing I can fault him for, really, is they didn't hold the hot push. And it meant that, unfortunately, Mercury fell to, you know, a mistake that wasn't his own, in a way. A Gook and a recoup from RAadvent, because that round looked dead in the water, the 5 versus 3. And they somehow made it possible and plausible, but not to be. Bomb plants and a few kills give them some money to work with, but this time no AWP in play. And how will their kind of mentality change heading into round 27? Wings Up, there's a bit of a legs behind this this resurgence from them. They were looking dead in the water. Now they're starting to look a lot more comfortable, a lot more of their own. And only 4 hours behind, this is still very doable.
Hosea's in for a world of pain. And indeed he hits the deck. Players swarming over Mini so fast. Blindsides these A-side players. Thank God Gas is around and Child King remains unchecked. This is going to continue at this rate. Kaze just can't find a good fight. And that round was, well, that was over in a blink of eye. LAN, again, he has had a proactive half. Hasn't always been successful, but this is one of the ones where it's working. And out of nowhere, from a game that was done and dusted 5 minutes ago, there is potentially one full buy round between us and overtime, depending on bomb plants. That is, in itself, pretty spectacular.
Yeah, even that thought process, if you know, at the halfway mark, 10-5, but those 5 that Wings Up collected were unbelievably unconvincing and basically not of their own. They were just RAadvent mistakes. And you're thinking now there's the conversation about OT being on the cards, and it starts to find even further stability. So I say, RAJamYoung will find a trade, flying will fall. One more double back, and Gas comes in for a taste of his own. Mercury to drop. A lot of damage dealt towards RAJamYoung. Yes, he scooped himself up on M4S with 11 points of HP. Is he going to have any impact with it? Maybe it's worth dropping over to the likes of an Advent. Doesn't matter. Mosea will fall. It's crumbling.
Huge recovery for LAN. He was surrounded. He was surrounded. And his teammates couldn't help him because they were so scared to rotate. Bomb does get planted. Well, this is David against Goliath. How do you even find good fights from here? They're trying to push into ramp. Trying to get Gas. But he stands fast. Too easy for him. Is a kill for RAadvent, but I just don't see how you deal with this many players. Too much to ask. And it's going to be 13. Round 28 coming up next. Bomb plant should just about ensure 2 buys. That's the good news here. But for the first time in this map, we're looking at RAadvent and saying, you're under pressure. You've actually now got to make some difficult decisions. And it's Wings Up that are looking like the cleaner team here and now in this moment.
I think as well as the other thing for me is I think RAJAMYoung, their mentality in which they've been approaching a lot of these rounds is so different to what we saw on the CT side. They're a little bit on edge, nervous at times in a way in which they're approaching things. They're not really taking the time to think slowly and, get some map control and use that to, find and isolate fights and play for the trade. It's very hectic CS. So on this T side, it's not working for RAJAMYoung. I mean, it didn't work for Wings Up, so they should have learned from their enemies' mistakes, but here's what we stand, 15-13. A very comfortable buy to come out both ways, but a really good opportunity for Wings Up to potentially solidify the idea behind OT. And that's not something I ever expected at the halfway point, even, a quarter way through this second half. I don't even think it was a possibility. Well, we're at like 15-7, and look where we stand now. I mean, bonkers for Wings Up to be able to even get back into this game. RAJAMYoung, this is a bit of a capitulation.
Mercury's had a cracking game, but in these last few, haven't quite seen that magic. RAJamYoung, the other heavy hitter on this team, potentially, as we're saying, the best player in the region.
Yeah.
Can't get anything done. Dead immediately on top of Mini. And this is what we've seen in a lot of these rounds. Is RAJAMYoung just not getting themselves into good situations, allowing fights. And again, they're playing from a deficit. We know they can pull these back, but they're just making it difficult for themselves. And now a two-man. It's going to be trickier. Kaze does get the trade, but information given away. And surely Wings Up can redistribute their players, think about a new setup to deal with the space they've just lost.
I've been wrapping through towards help. Looking for a bit of information. This time, much better for RAJAMYoung in terms of control, but on a 3 versus 4 scenario, the decisions they've got a lot to work with in terms of what the decision they want to make. Outside control, lobby heart as well. What do they do with it? ChildKung has to be that first fight. King, may I say. But even still, this is a horrible scenario. Gas 36 points of HP might be a bit of a lifeline. They sneak their way out single door and a Molotov in towards lobby. And one in towards old Fen. Give away the ruse. They're flying out towards A. Looking to try and find the fights. And Mercury can open things up. That's the fall.
Oh no.
As well. King somehow staying alive. And he'll find a kill for his measure too.
Mercury's here. Mercury's here. He wants this done. He wants this to be over. That's the third. One remaining as Mercury already on 34. A chance to end this on 35 frags. Gas has got up close, but it's not going to be enough. That is spectacular fashion to end that for Mercury. And I think it goes without saying, man, it had to be him to end it. What a performance.
He's an absolute corker. 34 kills finishing on. I mean, what a stunning showing. And it was both across, the T and the CT side. It was just a stellar display. Or AKs, M4s. He made everything look so easy. A lot of credit has to be given to him. And I think, to be